big wave guy. You know what the fuck. 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 You know what the fuck.
What's good to the channel? Big Wave God made it. This your boy Ted. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Follow my IG at Big Wave God, man. It ain't over for the reactions to the whole Kelsey, Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion whole situation. You know what I'm saying? We've been reacting all day yesterday. Of course, if you're watching this right now, it's a new day, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the third installment. And this is when Kelsey Harris, excuse me, is describing how Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion back in July 2020. We already reacted to how she the argument that went down in the car. Basically, we already reacted to that. So now we're gonna react to the actual shooting, and like I told y'all, it's gonna be devastating. And oh yeah, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm about to listen to it for the first time. And it's gonna be devastating evidence against Tory Lanez, and I guess this was another nail in the coffin, you feel me? So y'all hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's get into the video.
I get out of my side, and no sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going off. I look up about maybe
now, off the top. Remember, I already been telling y'all how good her story flowing together. She's remembering everything, you know what I'm saying, at this point. Because remember, she passed out on the couch before Tory even got there. But remember one thing, when something critical in your life go down, or your ass gonna snap out of it, and you gonna remember everything that happened when you know it's life's on the line, and your best friend could have possibly lost her life this same night, you feel me? That's why stuff is flowing so good.
It was 5 gunshots.
5 gunshots.
I look up maybe at the second and third.
And we're gonna react to the gunshots also, because they were saying it sounded like it was a pause between the first gunshots. That's not actually true, you feel me? There's no way he could have grabbed a gun from somebody that was actively firing it. It doesn't sound like that, at least.
Gunshot, that's when I look up. And you see Tory, he's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth transition because we didn't hear it, I didn't hear it. And
remember, the gun already in the middle. He already threatened Kelsey and reach and act like he was reaching for it, and told her, I'll shoot you. So now she's saying, after she heard the gunshot, she looked and saw Tory was in the front seat. She don't know how he got there. He jumped over the thing, obviously. It's only one way to get there, to where the gun was, opened it up, and must have started firing at Megan. That's what it sounded like.
Leaning over the doors
over the
open,
door, same thing that Megan said. But remember, y'all talking about he's not tall enough.
The front right. So where Megan was sitting.
Okay, so his door's open. In the
driver's side. My door's open in the back, and the front door is open to where Megan got out. The front right passenger.
Both doors on the passenger side
are open.
So her door open, the passenger side. The passenger front side door is open because Megan got out and walked away. Tory jumped from behind the driver's seat to the passenger seat, clear path. Used to do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? People still do that all the time as grown-ups. Jumped over the seat, grabbed a gun that he reached for previously, and fired 5 times at Megan.
Correct. So.
And is he shooting through the window or over the top of the door?
No, he's shooting over the top
door open.
of the door. So
over the top of the door would be the rear passenger door?
The right front passenger. So again, as I said, he must have jumped, or I don't know how he did it because it was very very smooth.
And mind you, Kelsey in the back, you might ask yourself, why didn't she actually see Tory Lanez jump over? She didn't see how he did it. Maybe because her best friend, Megan Thee Stallion, just got the car and stormed off. So she's looking at her walk away, wondering, what the fuck is Megan doing? We in the middle of the street. She got a thong on, all kind of shit. She looking at her. This nigga Tory Lanez just smoothly hopped over the console. Like she just said, he did it smooth to the point where she didn't even notice.
He was leaning over the front passenger door, and she was shooting the gun.
Where were you standing at this point?
At this point, I'm standing kind of like my body's still like to the side behind the door, the rear passenger door.
Remember, she talking to the law right now.
I would say like my left side was
If y'all think that Kelsey is that street that she about to come into the prosecutor's office and lie to them to their face, you got a fucking problem.
My right side was
you on the internet
kind of
too
like
much.
this is the door, and I'm.
Are you still partially in the car at this point?
No, I'm out of the vehicle. Okay. I'm out of the vehicle. I'm just not around my door yet.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know where's Meghan?
So I was about to speak on Meghan.
Well, speak on
She
it.
was walking away when this happened, but by the third, fourth shot, and by the time
Meghan walking away when he wait, you shooting at a woman with her back turned to you, walking away? That makes sense why Meghan said her back was turned, but she turned around and seen Tory Lanez holding the gun. Doesn't that click and make sense? Doesn't that line up for you guys?
look up, she's facing
You're
towards
listening to
us.
Street TV.
I've described it like a deer in headlights. I'm short. I'm 4'11". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up, higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from her chest up. That's all I can see. But the way Tory was angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
It was down in her direction? In Meghan's
Definitely.
Down. So all you guys who talking about they said he was shooting in the air, come on, this confirms it. He was shooting at Meghan in a downward position. Why you think the bullets hit her feet? Y'all gotta think about it.
In her direction, in the air, definitely in her direction.
Definitely.
So at that point,
Now you gotta remember, she went on here and said that she was lying about this whole shit, but she using words like definitely. Whenever later on she claimed she couldn't remember nothing, but she using such definitive words. You know what I'm saying? Like she's so sure. So, and her talking to actually somebody who works for the law and the government and the prosecutor, I would believe that Kelsey Harris is not a cold-hearted criminal or a street nigga. She has no reason to lie.
we kind of were in shock,
Did you hear him say anything as he was shooting?
He did not say anything.
Okay.
There was no words at that point,
What was Quan doing? Could you tell?
I think everybody was in shock.
Okay, so he wasn't.
He wasn't
part
even
of it.
at this point right here. He wasn't part of this. What I'm about to get into next. I can't tell you guys where Tory pulled the gun from. Like I said, the motion when he first threatened me was middle console, but I don't know if that's where the gun was.
That's what I just said. He previously in the last video, reached and threatened her like he was gonna reach for the gun. Then he hopped over the front. Where else the gun gonna come from?
He said he referenced like shooting y'all earlier while you're in the car, right?
He threatened to shoot me.
As if he had a gun.
And they just
Correct.
running it back, making sure it lines up the same way I'm putting it together as I'm listening to
after
it.
the shots rang, it was like I said, 5 shots. We kind of froze.
And wait, was it 5 shots? Was it 5 or 6 shots? I think it was actually 5 shots. She remembering the exact amount of shots that went off, and we're gonna react to the shooting, the shots that was heard on the ring cam.
By the time I get back into I snapped, Meghan had either crawled or walked or limped over to, she's in a driveway. She's in a driveway on the side of the driver's side. She's in a driveway.
So he let the shots off
in the front passenger
from the car.
Front passenger seat.
She's crawled to the side of the street.
He's sitting. I guess just kind of shocked also. So I
Mind
don't know.
you, that's what the eyewitness said that lived in the house, whoever property that was outside of. He said the exact same thing that Kelsey just said in his testimony.
Her. I immediately ran to her. She's the forefront of my thoughts. My job as a friend in general is just naturally is to protect my friend. Protect. So now I'm in defense mode on behalf of Meghan. I ran to her. She's on the floor. I never looked at her feet. I never really just got to look at her. I just know
You're listening to Street TV.
I ran to her and she grabbed me. She had blood. So in my head, she had got shot because shots just went off and she's bleeding. That's
what else happened? He just started shooting and you ran over there to her and you see blood in your head. She got shot. She obviously got shot. At this point, it's no glass to even step on. And the LAPD trash too. I'm gonna just say that because they have no investigation skills.
So I see Tory coming around the vehicle. It's
They
dark,
didn't do
lights
no
are
investigation.
Hitting him. It's almost like a scary scene. So again, I'm in defense mode. I see him coming around the vehicle, and in my head, I'm thinking he's about to come over here and attack us.
Do you see whether or not when he's coming around the vehicle if he still has the gun?
I don't believe he had the gun.
Makes sense.
So
it's in the car.
Like I said, I just thought he was
Or the
coming to
bodyguard
attack
had
us.
it.
So I stepped between where he was coming to where Meghan was, and at that point, that's when the assault between me and him happened. He assaulted me, and Quan then comes he just comes and he picks me up.
So
like
you telling me this nigga Tory Lanez had the nerve to bust shots at Megan Thee Stallion? Kelsey runs over there, help her, realizes blood everywhere. She must be shot in my head. She don't actually see the wound, but she just seen Tory Lanez shoot out the car. Tory Lanez then come out and assaults Kelsey. You got the... I ain't gonna lie, the way he did August Alsina, the shit sounds believable. Let's keep it 100.
little doll.
He has
And
a short
he's like,
fuse.
Kelsey, they do this all the time. And I said, huh? She's bleeding. She's been shot. I don't know if y'all know she's shot. By that time, he's already to where Megan's at. So, I don't know what goes on in that driveway.
Who comes towards Meghan? Is that Quan or Tory?
So initially, Tory comes,
Yeah.
and that's where I stepped in, and we had an altercation. He physically assaulted me, and then Quan came and separated.
Kelsey, I ain't gonna lie, Kelsey. I don't have no sympathy for you. I'm glad he beat your ass up.
Assaulting you.
I mean, everything
I
my
don't really condone like domestic violence and that, but I ain't gonna lie, you a lying ass motherfucker. That was metaphorically speaking. Like I'm not actually glad he packed her out, but hey,
adrenaline was so high.
y'all in this.
I don't know if he was hitting me with a closed fist or slapping me. We was just.
She don't even know
it
if she
was a
getting
physical
slapped or
altercation.
punched,
Were
Tory.
you wearing a necklace that night?
That's
I
bad.
wasn't.
That's detrimental on Tory's character. He hit her so hard she don't even know if it was a goddamn punch or a slap.
Gonna go to that part too. Now Tory's in
This
the
is actually
driveway with
groundbreaking to be hearing
Quan is
this
holding
right
me.
now.
Like I said, he's big. He just picked me up and said, "They do this all the time, Kelsey." And I said, "Huh? No, like she's bleeding."
So remember, Quan just told Kelsey, "Don't worry about this. They do this shit all the time," and argue. She confused because whole time she thought Tory Lanez was her nigga.
shot, to my knowledge. And so
Nigga, he
I'm
don't
still in
always
defense
shoot her.
mode. I'm still
That ain't
in,
normal.
I gotta
You're
protect
listening
her.
to Street TV.
So I look up and I see the vehicle is in the middle of the road and it's on. The door is open. So my initial reaction is to cause a distraction,
What the
and
fuck?
I jumped into the vehicle and I threw it in jerk,
Ooh.
and it worked.
What does that
Food
mean?
and jerk.
I just jerked it, made it move,
Okay.
made it move just to get him away from Megan. Because in my head I'm
So
thinking
she's saying she ran back to the car after he ran to Megan and hopped in the car and was about to run his ass over. She tried to scare him and jerked the car, put it in drive and then threw it back in park right quick. That's crazy. Maybe what that witness said was true. Maybe they was about to throw Megan in the fucking river.
he's over here gonna just attack.
So you got in the driver's seat of the
I
car
did.
and moved it a
And
little
I jerked. I made it jerk.
Okay.
I didn't even move it. Didn't even drive or anything. I just made it jerk.
bit. Okay.
And
You're a
so
jerk.
when I did that,
You're a
it
jerk.
did exactly what I needed it to do, get Tory away from Megan. And so he I don't know how he got to the vehicle. I don't know if he ran or walked, but he got to me really quick. And that's when he started pulling me by my hair. He was pulling me by my hair.
She bucked the car at his ass. He moved away from Megan, came back to the driver's side, started pulling Kelsey hair, about to beat her ass again, because she already said he assaulted her before she even hopped in the car.
Really hard. And
Damn,
again, I
Tory.
wasn't afraid for my life.
This
when the
right
incident
here is
was going
what
on
got
with
your
Megan. I was
ass,
in
boy.
defense mode.
They can say it was Megan.
But then I
She
became
got on
afraid
that
for my
thing
life
and
when
was
he
crying.
started
It was
pulling
this
my
shit.
hair and my neck.
She
It was
talking to the
really, really
prosecutor.
hard.
She's
That's
She's
when
not
the
fucking
neck
talking
was.
You
to
said you
Tory
pulled
Lanez
her
or
back.
an average Joe.
He was
This
like
real
almost
life
like
right now.
I didn't lose my breath, so I wouldn't say choking, but he was pulling my neck and my hair. And then so here comes Quan again.
Driving Tory little ass.
And Quan he's in between us, but Tory has a good grip. He's not letting go.
He choking him.
So it's kind of like tug of war at this point with my head and body.
Oh, he got her hair.
I'm scared,
Damn.
and I kind of dumb myself down just to get him to let me go. And I said, Tory, what are we doing? What are we doing? And when I said that, he released. He let go.
That nigga came to his motherfucking senses right there. She said, this nigga was holding my hair. He wouldn't let go. Quan trying to break it up. She finally just was like, Tory, what are we doing? At that moment, he just realized he just went on a whole rampage like a video game or something. And he clicked to his motherfucking senses at that moment and was like, oh my God, what the fuck have I done? I'm the one who exposed the shit. I'm the one who shot the gun. It was over. You beating you. Oh my God. What would have happened to Kylie Jenner if we would have left Tory alone with Kylie? I'm gonna just put that out there right now.
We're all standing at the front driver door.
Did you see how Meghan got?
I know y'all gonna protect Kylie.
I can't tell. No,
You're listening to
just say that.
Hop walk. I can't tell you, but she was there. She was standing at the front driver door, and Quan. They're just like, get in the car. We didn't like have a pushback about getting in the car because we're in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
At this point, we don't know what to do. We honestly didn't even think about calling 911 at this moment or anything. It was all a blur.
Now, did you have on long nails that night?
I did.
Really?
My nails were broken off.
That was during your
with
fight
the
with Tory?
altercation with Tory.
Okay.
Correct. So.
Nail in the coffin right there, man. Her nail was left at the scene, and that obviously corroborated her story, saying that she got in an altercation with Tory. Why else would her nail be coming off? But she didn't say she got in a fight with Meghan. Did Meghan say she got in a fight with Kelsey? Who said she got in a fight with Meghan? The neighbor said she got in a fight with Meghan. I don't know. And Tory people said she got in a fight with Meghan, but she's saying she got in a fight with Tory twice. You know what I'm saying? After he popped Meghan, then after she hopped in the car and act like she was gonna run his ass over to get him away from Meghan, then he came around and snatched her ass out the driver's seat. I ain't gonna lie, man. Out of all this, I think, like I'm gonna keep saying again and again, Kelsey talking to the prosecutor in my eyes like this under these circumstances 2 years later, just lets you know she had no reason to lie. She came to finally get it off her chest and get it over with. Of course, she didn't want to be looked at in court like a fucking rat because for some reason, the public and her probably think they fucking in the streets or some shit like that because of this music industry. But you see what happens, and she not the only example when these motherfucking people who trying to supposedly keep it solid get in that motherfucking room with them people and get to spilling their guts, you feel me? This just puts another nail in the coffin of how shit went down. And I believe it. Because why? I don't think she personally will lie to a motherfucking prosecutor. And that's just my theory, man. That's my narrative, you feel me? Let me know what y'all think, man, in the comments. This big wave got made. This your boy Ted. Till next time, we out of here.
I got no problem, so much clothes I need 2 closets. This weed I got is too exotic. I turned a dime into a dime. They like, goddamn, you done blew it without. They like, how the fuck did you do it without me? I'm the real deal, you a carbon copy. I just switch styles and I don't know a stylist. I'm a fucking god, big wave guy, and I got a goddess. We gon' both blow like it's kamikaze. Bitch bow down like it's Ramadan.